And sales and marketing will take you to $1 million. You got to get to the money fast because money follows speed. So everything, I believe, Evan, starts with mindset, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only Hoss Pratt in the house. I love your background, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's for you.
I love it. I love it, dude. I love the energy. For people who are watching this and on YouTube who don't know who you are, like, what's the quick intro to Hoss Pratt?
Yeah, so my name's Hoss Pratt. I'm a sales and marketing trainer. For the last 10 years, I've been coaching salespeople, entrepreneurs, real estate agents, how to go from zero to something. I mean, all the way from the beginning. My main goal is to get any entrepreneur making six figures, and then the ones that are making six figures, provide the systems to consistently double their business. It's what we do, man, coaching and training, and to help equip them with the tools they need.
What are the skill set differences between the people who are hitting their six figures and growing and the people who haven't figured that out yet?
Skill set difference is sales, right? Having number one, foundational skill set is selling. I think, to be an entrepreneur, to succeed, you have, it's like every business I started from nothing, and like where I didn't have a big marketing budget. I didn't have any of the resources. All I had was a lot of times me and the phone, and right, to start something from nothing. And that skill set of being able to do that, to be able to start from nothing and turn it into something, is rest in a skill set of sales. I believe that any entrepreneur, anybody needs to have that skill set of being able to get people to take action, but then have the tenacity to even be able to do it, right? To pick up the phone, to be able to get in front of the prospect.
So is that usually the first thing you work with people on? Like, hey, we need to drive sales for your business right now.
Absolutely. We got to get our hands dirty. We got to start now. And we don't get ready to get ready. Let me give you an example. I was just at my house, and I have, I'm remodeling a bathroom in my house. And my family's doing it. And one of my family members was telling me about his idea he has to create residual income in his handyman business. And he goes, I have this idea, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it ready, and we're going to do this. And he goes, I go, who's going to buy it? He goes, I have 3 people that want to buy it now. I said, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to Chick-fil-A to grab lunch. I go, I want you to roll up that window, and I want you to call those people right now. And he goes, well, it's not ready. I go, it is ready. Like, get on the phone and sell it. And that's what I mean, Evan, is you got to start there, right? Like, I know most people, they feel like they build something and then it just comes. And I'm telling you to build the skill set of selling and put in the work, and it will come.
Immediate action.
Like, now.
Why don't they? Like your brother-in-law or your friend, whoever it was coming over, like he's got this idea, he wants to build it, but if it wasn't for you, he'd probably be 3 months in and still not have done anything.
He still has. It's right. That's why. So you got to get to the money fast because money follows speed. He doesn't know what he needs to know now in order to build this big business. You don't know until you're in it. You don't know until your hands are dirty and you're in the trenches and you hear the objections and you hear what people want, what they don't want. And you don't know any of that until you get in it. And you got to get in it and sell it. And I'll give you another example. I remember my wife started a marketing company years ago, and she was looking for ideas and how to do it. And she goes, how do we do it? I said, here's how you do it. Give me the phone. And I grabbed the phone. And I called and she was selling area exclusive ads for this publication. This is what her division was. And so I called I grabbed, like those magazines you get, like the home mags that have all those advertisers for the home improvements. Yep. And I picked the fence company, and I called the fence company, and I called them, and I just said, hey, this is Hoss Pratt with ABC, and I gave them the pitch. Hung up the phone, sold a $5,000 ad, and I go, there you go, the business is born. And she's like, was fascinated. I go, always do that. And that would be an example. Always start there and get to the money now instead of getting ready to get ready. And I think that's the number one skill set. Otherwise, you'll waste years and you'll never do anything. you'll look around and think you need to know everything before you take action, and you don't ever know everything until you're in the action.
And so, like, why though? Like, why don't people do it? Why didn't your wife just do it? Why didn't your friend just do it? What's the thing that's blocking them from just taking action?
I don't think they know. They don't. People have to see that in order to know it. And I just think there's a part of they don't know what they don't know. And then two is fear, where obviously fear would stop them. But I think the first step's awareness, man. Like realizing that anybody listening right now, you don't need anything. Like you don't need money, you don't need resources, you don't need anything. It's just you versus the marketplace, and you with an idea, and all you need to do is just go the path of least resistance, the thing that's the biggest and easiest, and to start that business right now. Not in a month, not in a week. Right now, it started where you're making money.
I agree, man. I'm, it's what I see with entrepreneurs and wannabe entrepreneurs so often. They get caught up. I'm like, well, how do I know the defense company is the right company to call?
Yeah,
and what's my script going to be, right? And like, what's my message? And I don't have it all figured out yet. And then they just never start. And so if you say the starting point is awareness, is that what you see your role as being? You want to be the guy who's top of funnel spreading awareness, and then if they need more help and training and guidance, like you're there for them, but you want to show people, hey, like this is possible?
Well, I mean, for me, it's not what I'm known as. I know that to do anything and to change anything, we got to change the way we think. So everything, I believe, Evan, starts with mindset, man. I cut my teeth in real estate. So for me, in the sense of training. So, I mean, I've done 1,000 seminars in 48 states, real estate. I have a best-selling book right here, Listing Boss, right? So that's been my thing. And a lot of people get into real estate, think they're going to make a lot of money, and they struggle. And here's what I've learned is I've always got to start with mindset, because rarely do people thinking the way they need to think. They usually never are, including me and you, Evan. We're not thinking the way we need to think, buddy. Like,
yep.
I think that's true of all of us. And I think if somebody goes into an endeavor or a business and they don't step into it with an open mind and realizing that they don't know what they don't know, that's first step, buddy, is finding the model, somebody that does know that you can learn from, so you don't have to make all the mistakes, to where you can follow a model once you have the right mindset with massive action.
What's the mindset difference between Hoss Pratt now versus, I don't know, a decade ago?
My mindset today would be, it's shifted in the sense of really my drive, right? Where I'll give you my mindset. My 20s was proving to everybody that I could do it, proving my worth, right? And driving, proving to my family that I could do it, all the hate, all that drove me to do the actions, to prove them wrong that I could. I mean, I didn't go to college, buddy. I barely made it through high school. So I always had people from a young age saying, dude, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. And I'm like, no, I'm going to make it. Like, I'm unemployable. You'll see. So what happens when you get to a point where you have proven it all, and, there's nothing else to prove. And for me, my biggest mindset was going from that person to the leader I am today, where I, now have, an industry that I lead, and I have family and children. That same drive isn't there. It is there, but it's not the main driver. So for me, it's much bigger than that. And go ahead.
So recognizing even the lead up to that statement, like, you're not where you want to be yet. I'm not where I want to be yet. We're still working. We're still growing. We can contribute and help a ton of people because of what we've done, but it's still this ongoing journey and path. What does Hoss Pratt do now to say, okay, I'm here, but I know I need to get way higher? Like, what are you doing on a regular with your mindset now that's helping you get to where you need to go?
For example, every day I'm always consuming mindset material. Most people I learn from are dead, by the way. I learn from guys like, Jim Rohn, Dale Carnegie, all those folks, Napoleon Hill. That's my mindset. My mindset's there, and it's not. I have to feed it every day. So here's what I do to stay consistent on mindset: is I do the work. So I have a vision in my mind when I do things, and so anything I coach and train, I've been successful, in anything I've done, just because I've been willing to do the work and I learn. and then I teach
Right.
other people. So I look at anything I'm doing like it's a jungle, and where, it's a jungle, and I have to go into the jungle with my machete. So give me the machete.
Okay.
I'm going to the jungle. I'm going to carve my path through this jungle. Nobody's around, Evan. Nobody's with me, right? I'm doing the work. I'm prospecting for 3 hours a day. I'm doing the sales. I'm doing all the stuff that nobody else is doing. I'm falling in love with the process. I'm learning. I'm in it alone. Give me the machete. And that's my vision. And here's what happens. I turn around. I'm like, where is everybody? Like, I cut this path. Where is everybody? And I walk back through the path that I cut, and I look and I see them standing here, and I'm going, hey, y'all, I just went through the jungle. And they're like, well, how do I go through the jungle? Well, here's how you go through the jungle. And in that moment, I give them the model to go through the jungle. Now, my passion is doing the work, mastering it, and then teaching it. So anything I teach, I've done, and then I teach what I've done. I don't teach something I don't do.
You said the number one skill set that separated the people between under and above 100,000 is just getting started in sales. That's the
Right.
skill set. What's the mindset? What's the biggest mindset difference between the people who you see making 6 figures plus and the people who aren't there yet?
Growth mindset, period. So growth mindset versus fixed mindset. The difference.
Okay.
This is powerful, and it's. I actually read about. I've always kind of known about this, the different mindsets. But a book by Carol Dweck called Mindsets, one of the best books out there. Have you read that?
I have it in my library. It's been recommended like a million times, but I haven't read it yet.
Right. So here it is. So there's two mindsets. You have a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And the growth mindset is like possessed like by 2% of the population. So like, for example, I grew up in Missouri, small town, Northwest Missouri, grew up working on a dairy farm. I mean, right up there, I said, I want to go be somebody. I want to leave. And, everybody told me, you'll be back in 2 months. You'll never make it. Everybody comes back. Why? Because they had the fixed mindset. For me, I knew I could become something. I could grow into who I need to become. And that mindset is called the growth mindset, to where you know that you can become anything that you want to become. You can literally accomplish anything. You could do and achieve anything that you want in life and business, and nothing is stopping you. And that mindset is crucial to sales, to entrepreneurship, to everything. Because if you have a fixed mindset, you're going to be a victim. You're going to blame other people, outside circumstances, things that are blaming other people. And I believe that the fixed mindset's the number one killer of success in business.
So you said only 2% of people have the growth mindset. Is that something that then can be trained? Like, can you develop a growth mindset from a fixed one?
First of all, I think you got to have a desire to. I mean, for me, I know it came from I'm an entrepreneur. I remember from the youngest of age, I've always been that way. I've always thought that way. And it's always came natural. Can somebody, that has a fixed mindset change today? The answer is yes, but they're going to have to reinvent themselves, and they're going to have to get passionate about something. And I think a reinvention of themselves is important. And I don't know, how everybody does that, but find a way to reinvent yourself and step into a better version of you, and become aware of the different mindsets. Because I think most people, Evan, just don't know what they don't know. I truly do. They don't know the difference in positivity and negativity, or fixed mindset versus growth mindset. They're just unaware.
If it's sales and growth mindset to get to 6 figures, is it just more the same to get the $1 million plus business, or is there something else that you need to learn? Okay.
You got to learn how to get the phone to ring. You got to learn marketing. So you can make $250,000 to $500,000. I mean, you can do that in sales. I mean, you could argue, hey, I know people who make $1 million in sales. Yes, it exists, but for the most part, if you're good at sales, you're going to make $250,000, right? To make $500,000, then you need to get good at marketing. And marketing is the next skill. It's the now I can sell. How do I attract people to me? And marketing is something that I actually loved learning marketing, man. Like, I remember when when I learned marketing, I went to all the marketing conferences, learned from the best people like Dan Kennedy. Remember, Dan Kennedy?
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Learn from those people, and that took me to $1 million when I learned marketing. And sales and marketing will take you to $1 million. So if you want to make $1 million, I believe that sales and marketing are the answer for most people here.
Can you skip the sales step and go right to marketing, or are you saying sales has to be the first process?
I'm open-minded, Evan. I'm not going to tell you, my ways in the highway, but I will tell you that, there's a lot of ways to do it, buddy, right? You got the people that aren't comfortable selling that could build digital sales funnels online, and they know funnels, and they know A/B testing, and they know this marketing side, and they're really good at building sales funnels, and they understand the process. But when it comes down to writing the letter, that in the video and the sales copy, they're not good there, right? So that person needs to find a salesperson to plug into their business at some point, or outsource it. Like, selling has to be a part of that marketing funnel. You can delegate parts of that, but it's a struggle. So I would find somebody that could sell to attach your marketing skills to, would be my opinion.
I agree. I think that if you have, if you're now saying like the copywriter is a salesperson, like you need to know how to sell, whether that's going to be in person or it's going to be in email format or video format. I am much better at written and on video than, like, I don't pick up the phone. I get people to call me through my marketing, but it's an attractive message and people want to connect with me because I'm one of the best in the world at what I do. And that leads to conversions for book deals and speaking gigs and a whole bunch of other stuff. But there has to be, like, you have to know, if you're going to do that, if you're going to be the marketer, you still have to know how to write great email copy or work with somebody who does, because you still have to convince somebody that what you're selling is worth buying.
And I would add to that, man. I think that the person that doesn't, like the person that invests their time, and I know they exist out there. They invest all their time in all the ideas that you can do. We can build this sales funnel, and we can attach this, and we can. And there's, because in today's world, there's so many things. There's nothing you can't do. You can do anything. But at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily turn into money. Just because you have the ability to build a sales funnel or a campaign that works and has all the bells and whistles, to me means nothing. You need traffic. You need to have a lot more than that. And I think that blind spot costs people time. I think they put too much time in that process versus, again, getting to the money and getting the butts and seats and people through it, even if it's imperfect. I like imperfect action.
Action. That's the key word, right? Like, the idea alone is not enough. You got to do something on it. Whether that's make a phone call or run a Facebook ad campaign or something. Like, you gotta start doing something to generate momentum. I agree. I think most people are just stuck in idea mode forever and don't do enough on it. Idea mode,
dude. Yes. And just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. Like, who cares if you have a great sales funnel? The most important thing is you're generating leads, you're converting those leads. The biggest challenge is usually on that front end. For most people.
Yeah. Listen, man, I know we're bumping up against the clock. It's crazy how quickly time flies by. If people want to dive into the world of Hoss Pratt, your training, your programs, your content, your podcast, like, where do you want people to go next to dive into your world?
Yeah, man, just follow me. Follow me on Instagram at Hoss Pratt. Follow me here. I've got several different links there too in my bio that you guys have access to, free resources. That's where I would start. And then check me out at hosspratt.com as well. Get my book, Listing Boss, for sure. Regardless if you're a listing boss in sales, sales, marketing, entrepreneurship, this book and the principles in it will apply to you.
What's the number one lesson from that book that people need to get interested in?
You've got to become a skillionaire before you become a millionaire.
Damn, dude. I like that. I've never heard that before. A skillionaire.
I made it up, dude. I made that up, man. That's my phrase.
Hold on. Did you just make that up now, or that's in the book?
No, I made that up. I have that. That's mine.
I like that, dude. I like that. I like that.
You like that, right?
I like that.
You got to become a skillionaire before you become a millionaire.
I got to go pick up a copy of the book myself and dive through it.
Yes.
Feel skilling there with Hoss Pratt. I love it, dude. Thank you so much for the love, the energy. I appreciate you, man, and
You too,
pumped
buddy.
to see you continue your journey. All right.
You too, man. I appreciate
love,
you.
man.
All right, buddy. All right, take
Talk
care,
to you
guys.
soon.
If you like this video, check out the one-on-one I did with Dave Meltzer, the entrepreneur legend. I think you're going to enjoy it. The link is right there next to me. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
I am beating you with your content.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Always use the word over.